Hey everybody, welcome to the 30 days of holiday thriving. Welcome everybody to the 30 days of holiday thriving, where this season we are going to be thriving. All right, so today we're going to be talking about five simple ways to strengthen your willpower. So if you feel like your willpower muscles are weak, today is all about 5 ways to strengthen your willpower muscles. And as we're waiting for a few people to hop on, what I want to share with you today, let you know, for those of you joining, if I haven't met you, I always try to be interactive with my social media and say hello to every single one of you. So to introduce myself, if you have not met me, my name is Tanya Oliver. I'm an executive coach for high-end achievers or people that are striving to become. I teach people how to operate mentally, physically, emotionally, and even energetically as their best. So that means healthy and strong AF. So typically people can look, feel, and live life and in their full potential, just not the possibility of it. So hello everybody, welcome. I'm going live every day for 30 days. So if you're just coming on for the first time, I see some new faces. Every day live, holiday thriving, to give you guys some really solid tools, tips, and a shift in your mindset. Your shift in your mindset, when you change the way you think, everything that you do will shift as well, to really thrive this holiday season and to step out of this year stronger than when you initially stepped in. I shared in a few posts in the past that one of the tools that I learned, the mindset that I learned from one of my coaches when I played ice hockey, was, I remember at the end of practice, he would always say, finish this year stronger, finish this practice stronger than when you started, and make sure that you're actually proud of yourself when you leave the ice. So when you leave this holiday, when you leave this year, at least knowing that you gave it your all and you did better, because thriving is just, you've made progress. You've made progress and you're in a forward movement. And how we're changing our obstacles, we're shifting our obstacles into opportunities and our personal pain into power. So the next 30 days, we're going to be going live with just some really powerful things to get your mind thinking differently. We're in day 9 already. And today we're going to be talking about 5 simple ways of how to strengthen your willpower muscles. But before I get started, I just want to let you know I'm very, very excited about this. I've been getting a lot of messages from you guys. And so I got with my team on Friday, or a few days ago, and we put together this really amazing offer for you guys. If you want it, if you feel like you need more support, I've been getting messages in regards to like wanting more specific, more in-depth of how to break certain things down even more. And so before, I just wanted to let you know that we have these additional 30-day live streaming. I'm going to be spending 2 weeks coaching a very small group. We opened the doors yesterday. We're closing them on Friday. We're getting started on Saturday to really get you guys up and running and thriving, where we dive even deeper on breaking these things down so you can integrate them and implement them. So if you're enjoying these live streams and you want to go deeper for support and accountability, you can head over to tanyacoliver.com/holidays. All right, so Tanya C. Oliver, TANYA Oliver.com/holidays. And let's get started. Enrollment ends Friday. Okay, so if you want in, you're going to get an additional extra stuff going in. And plus the Holiday Travelers Playbook, 100% free. So you're going to get all of this. Where's my stuff? You're going to get this whole thing, plus coaching, plus the Holiday Thriver. The Healthy Traveler Playbook. We've created so many things to make sure that you guys are operating at peak performance. So we want to make sure we have that. All right, so let's get started. Today we're going to be talking about five simple steps to strengthen a weak will. So if you feel like your willpower muscles are weak, let's get into understanding, what does will even mean? Will means to want or to choose. To want or to choose. If you have free will, you're allowed to choose what you want. A lot of times we say we have to. I have to do this. I have to do that. No. You've set a target. You've set a goal. And then you reverse engineer it and work backwards to hit, to do whatever you got to do to hit, to make sure that path is in alignment. Remember, end target, multiple paths to an end destination. We talked about this in earlier days. If you have free will, you get to choose to align things with hitting that end target. So willpower is the ability to resist short-term temptation, that instant gratification, in order to meet long-term goals or targets that you've set for yourself. So what is something that you set for yourself? And I want you to think about it, that you set in January in 2022 that you wanted to achieve and to accomplish. And then ask yourself, have I hit that? I know for me, there's a few things I said and I have not hit it, but we've got 7 weeks striving strong. All right. So transitioning our obstacles into opportunities. This is still an opportunity to hit your goals, to achieve your goals, to hit your targets, and transitioning your pain into power. One way, I get a lot of people that ask me all the time, like, how did you learn certain things, or how do you know this? I'm a person that I'm a truth seeker and a truth spreader. And it's not a coincidence that the people that I attract are the same. We want to know the truth. And then when we know the truth, we want to share the truth. And we talked about a few days ago of understanding the difference between truth and belief. And truth can only be recognized. It can never be learned. A Course in Miracles says truth is recognized. The truth cannot be learned. It can only be recognized. The brain, the mind, is programming. Beliefs are created through experiences that have repeated over and over and over again. So if we want to create a new experience, that means we have to transition our obstacles into opportunities to give yourself a new experience, starting with today. Starting with today of giving yourself a new experience of these next 7 weeks of how we are thriving towards the end of the year and kind of having that big ending strong, where we leave the year feeling proud of ourselves, knowing that we gave it our all and that we put in what we needed to put in order to really do whatever we knew we had to do in order to aim for our goals and our targets that we had set in the beginning of 2022. And if you've already hit them, amazing, but what else can you do? So what next, right? What next? We have to keep that forward movement mindset. So as we get into this, the way that I learned this is when I started getting deeper, and one of the things that I teach is also strengthening, teaching people how to not only look, feel, how to become mentally, physically, and emotionally healthy and strong AF, but also energetically. When you step into a room, people can feel the frequency at which you operate. People can feel you being in your personal power. Your personal power is a frequency. It is an energy. It is an internal strength that cannot be purchased. I mean, unless you're paying for coaching, but you also have to learn and do the work. And there's certain things that go into place. So when I started diving deeper into understanding, okay, I got the mental, I got the physical, I got the emotional down, but there's something still missing. And I started doing deep diving into energy psychology and understanding that I wanted that liberation and freedom inside of myself. So yeah, maybe I wouldn't act up in the self-sabotage, addicting habits and behaviors, but the cravings and the desires were still there. And I still felt captive to myself. I still felt like a prisoner to myself. And I noticed that'd be the case for a lot of people that I work with, or people that I have conversation with, or just even feeling it and seeing it. And this is what liberation is about. Liberation is more about freeing yourself. That's when we're transitioning our pain into power. And when I started diving deep into this, I learned a lot about, like, wow, these are really simple things that we can put into practice on a day-to-day basis. And over time, really build out strong willpower muscles, and understanding that willpower is a muscle. We have our physical workouts, we have our mental workouts, we have our emotional workouts, and there's also energy workouts that we can do. And today I'm going to share with you 5 really simple ways in which you can do that. So the first way is, I know I catch myself, and sometimes I'll say it in conversation, but the moment I say it out loud, I transition it. And the word is should. Should is a word that is so self-defeating, that breaks us down, we don't even realize it. When we say the word should, it's important that we transition it into I choose. So when we say, okay, if we understand that willpower is the ability to resist short-term temptations in order to meet long-term goals, will means I want to or I choose to. So when you say I have to or I should, I get to, I'm choosing to, because these are the things I know. This is the work behind the work, or the pregame of knowing of what I have to do to know that I'm establishing habits, behaviors, and a mindset that's going to support my next level upgrade so that I can receive my greatest blessings and know that I can sustain them and I can handle them. Because there's a category of people out there where people are more afraid of success than they are failure because of being able to sustain that level of responsibility. So when every single day you're in this space of, instead of thinking of like waiting, it's more about preparation and transitioning patience, because I really don't like that word. I do not like patience. I love healthy speed. I say healthy because a lot of times there's just no shortcut. You know, to really get to those next levels, there are no shortcuts. The shortcut is in doing the work. So when you're in this space of really like putting in the work, there's work behind the work. And there's things that we have to do. So when I choose to, or I get to do these things. I get to wake up early and get to take care of myself. I get to make sure that I do this so I'm ready for whatever comes my way in my day, and I'm energetically in a good space. I'm mentally in a good space. I'm emotionally in a good space, and I can handle it. I'm not going to break. I'm not going to have a tantrum. I'm not going to this and that. Well, the whole world is collapsing. They see I'm calm, collected, and I'm stable. And when bad things happen, people run or strive to the people that seem the most confident, calm, and stable. And that's what leadership is about. So that's number one. Number one is transitioning your shoulds into I choose to and I get to. Distraction. So there's this whole thing about distractions. You got to choose what you're going to do. You're going to clarify your intention. That's why, creation is really about, it's an equation. It took me a long time to understand this, as getting back to how I got into how to strengthen willpower is getting a deep dive study into energy psychology. And what I realized with creation or manifestation, whatever word you want to use, I like to say creation. When you're in a space of creation, it's an elevated emotion, which we're talking about energy psychology. Elevated emotion. The two strongest emotions, the highest frequency, do you guys know what they are? Does anybody know what the highest vibrational state to be in, the highest frequency, or we could say good energy? Remember, they're all words. Strongest energy is appreciation and love. Conscious love, though, not love from manipulation, a conscious love and appreciation. So it's an elevated emotion plus a clear intention, because clarity is what creates momentum for confidence. Clear intention plus massive action. There's three parts to that equation to creative, massive shifts in your life and to, create whatever you want to create in your life, whether it being new personality traits, whether it being the external success, but making sure that it's connected to the internal success. So when we're clear on our intention and we don't give any other energy to distractions, it's so important, you guys, to set intrinsic goals. Intrinsic goals are like creating a new internal GPS in your mind. And when you create that internal GPS, which are intrinsic goals, they're heart-centered, your core values, but also knowing what you're striving for and how you want to feel when you reach those external goals. A lot of times people set extrinsic stuff. We're not going to get into that today because I want to stay focused, right? I want to stay not going into a distraction route. But I want to explain this to you quickly. When we set these intrinsic goals, that they match up with the extrinsic. So your conversations, the opportunities you have on a day-to-day basis, the events that you go to, the people you engage with, are they in alignment to my intrinsic? If the answer is no, then, we cut out the conversations. There's so many opportunities out there. And it's so important that we stay on course and we stay focused, because we're so conditioned. Everybody's like, give a thumbs up, give a heart if you're somebody's like, I've got ADHD. Anybody? And that's why I don't get things done. Everybody in the world has ADHD. I'm telling you this right now because we have practiced it. We have lost the discipline of time auditing and putting our full attention and focus onto one thing at a time. And when you're fully present, you're in your power. Facts. The most searched word on Google is love. But most people don't understand what we truly desire is conscious love, God-centered love, energy love, pure love versus love for manipulation. And that's where, people don't even know that that even exists. It took me a long time to understand that. And I learned that through life as my teacher. So when we get distracted, we're going to choose, and thank you for that, Renee, clarify our intention and don't give any energy to the distraction. So when we're clear on our intrinsic goals, the external distractions will be very clear on setting our internal GPS and making sure that we're only focused in, that anything that's in alignment to those intrinsic goals have to match up. If there's a disconnect, it's a no. If it's in alignment, it's a yes. Zoom calls, conversations, social media people that we're going to follow, social media people, if they're not in alignment, we have to unfollow. We have to literally audit and detox everything so that we can eliminate as many distractions. We've got internal distractions and external distractions. I had a question the other day where somebody had asked me about the external distractions that I didn't go down. But since we're on this, I'll go ahead and say it. External distractions are, take a look at your environment. Is there clutter in your home? Is there clutter in your car? Are you clean and organized? And if you're not because you're super busy, get help. Get help. Ask for help. Hire somebody to make sure that people can support you. It's so important to feel supported to really help you get to the next level in your life. Support and accountability. Those are the people that strive, that achieve excellence. They're supported, they're held accountable, they create environments that support them, and even your environment of your home. What energy does it bring you? Do you walk in and you feel stressed out? Or do you walk in and you're like, okay, this is my sanctuary. This is my calm. This is my peace. This is my inspiration. This is my joy. We do things and we set goals and we set targets of what we want to achieve because we believe they're going to allow us to feel some type of way. And if you're somebody who's set a huge checklist and all those check marks are checked off, but you still feel unfulfilled, happiness is a byproduct of fulfillment, then you might really want to reassess how you're setting goals and how you're setting targets and making sure that they're intrinsic. And you can have them all. You can have the intrinsic and the extrinsic goals. So distractions are one way by setting really solid targets and solid goals based in a reverse way where you can reverse engineer it is so critical to you feeling and looking and living life the way you want to. Then the third, so we have should, we have transitioning the should to I choose, the distractions where you choose what you're going to do, clarify your intention, and don't give any energy to anything that does not line up to the goals that you've set in your life. Self-doubt is number 3. Others do it better. Everybody's doing it. There's so many people out there. There's so many amazing people out there. Hey, let me tell you something. They're not you. They're not you. And they don't have your experiences. They don't have your story. They don't have the way that you can explain something, even if you maybe have a hard time communicating. They're still not you. And you are unique. I don't care what people have said, because I know there was one time in life where people people are replaceable. People are not replaceable. You are not replaceable when you fully step into your power, when you can look at your obstacles as opportunities for your greatest growth and transformation, and when you can look at your pain and step into it because the only way out is through, and you can transition it into your power. You can share your stories. For example, how do I even know this stuff? Like, what got me fascinated into figuring out, like, how do I strengthen willpower? Because I had no freaking control over myself when I was suffering with addiction. And I had to figure it out because nobody was coming to save me. Nobody. So the moment that I took ownership and responsibility that, number one, if I was going to live, because there was a point where I didn't want to, I was in so much pain. I did not want to be here. I was so disconnected from myself. And I know a lot of you sometimes can feel that, maybe to that, not that extreme, but to some degree. And I just felt so out of control. I felt like life was controlling me versus me controlling my life. The moment I decided that I really wanted to reclaim control over my circumstances is the moment that I started to thrive. Thriving is moving forward. Thriving is progress. Thriving is this holiday season. I did so much better. I didn't give in to my addictions. I didn't, overdrink. I didn't actually drink at all because I wanted every single day to operate at my peak performance. Every single day I wanted to experience the possibility of who I could be thriving. Who is Tanya thriving? Who is Renee thriving? Who are you guys thriving? Like, who are you when you're operating as your most elite self, actually living life in your potential? Can you just take a moment to think about yourself 1 year from today, thriving? And just close your eyes. You can put your hand on your heart. Like, what would that feel like? What would that be like? Where would I be? What would I be doing? What my situations and circumstances look like? How would I feel? Sometimes people don't feel anything because they've been so blocked off to it for so long. Number one is should, transitioning should to I choose. Number two is distractions, getting clear on your intention and not giving any energy to anything that is not in alignment. And number three, doubt into you're the one who's going to do it. The moment you claim that, you take ownership of your life and how you live it, and you're living life on your terms. And say this out loud. I'm going to live life, starting today, I'm going to live life on my terms. Go ahead and say it. Take a moment and say it. Starting with today, I'm going to live life on my terms. And I'm going to live life on purpose. And I'm going to try and aim. I'm going to aim, not going to try, because try is not doing it. And I am going to, because this is saying you're doing it, and I'm going to, and I am, starting with today, how can I feel my best? How can I look my best? How can I be my best? How can I live my day to the best of my ability? And that's what living in full potential is. It's actually living life vivaciously. Vivaciously is like you're living. You're doing it. You're doing it. You guys are here. Congratulations. You're showing up for this conversation to get a little bit more better. I think I just made up a sentence. All right. Should, distraction, self-doubt. Number 4 is have to. The have to-itis. I don't have enough money. I would do it, but I don't have enough money. I would do it, but I don't have enough skills. I would do it, but I don't have enough time. I would do it, but my friends don't support me. My family doesn't support me. My spouse doesn't support me. I would do it, but this person's holding me back. There's just whatever your obstacles are, it's just excuses. It's another thing of victim consciousness. Victim consciousness is you have no control and everybody else has control over you but you. Is that how you want to live life? I mean, it's cool if you want to. That's your decision. That's your decision. But if you guys are here on my platform and you're here with me, then I know for a fact that's not the case, because we do not operate like that. So we are going to transition have to with decide what you're going to do and do it. Even say the word try, just say I'm doing it. I would do that all the time when I was training really heavy and I was lifting heavy and I'm like, I'm not trying, I'm doing it. And the moment I did that, I took away that judgment. Because when we say we try, it's almost like you're not good enough, you're not doing enough, you're not, and that really does destroy pieces of you. It destroys your confidence. It destroys like your self-worth. It destroys like giving yourself credit for just doing the darn thing. So decide you're going to do it and do it and follow through. I had a lot of my clients, I check in with them on a day-to-day basis, and I have them like, hey, how's your day? 1 through 10. And then they do like a number audit, and then we get clear on how they can bump it up by 1. So today when I had a conversation following up with, like I said, support and accountability is so huge for taking yourself to that next space, because it's keeping your promises to yourself, but also like other people are holding you accountable until you build up that strength within yourself to build up to know like, okay, I can be self-sufficient. But even if you're self-sufficient and you're taking yourself to that next level, it's an adjustment phase, because you are not yet used to operating from that next level of whoever you're learning to become. Because when you're transitioning and you're changing and you're developing a new way of thinking, a new skill set, it's practice, it's a workout, and every day to show up. And sometimes we forget, but that's the difference. Every day you have this internal conflict between your past and your present, and which part is going to win. So by having people to remind you and in your face of who you are, to introduce yourself as this next level person of yourself, this next level upgrade, just kind of like when we got to upgrade our phone and we got to adjust to the new settings, adjust to the new way. When Instagram, when Facebook, when YouTube, when they change their settings, it's like a little annoying and frustrating, but then, most of the time it's for our better, but there's an adjustment phase. And we have to have like grace and compassion for that adjustment phase, regardless of the emotion is. And she was saying how like, she's still following through with certain commitments, but the commitment of it being boring. And because, habits and behaviors are not always stimulating, but it doesn't matter, because you just got to do it anyway. Consistency is really where the growth comes in place. You have to do it consistently. Imagine if I commit to you guys. I'm like, listen, you guys were doing 30 days live streams, and then I only show for 3 days because maybe, I don't know why, I got bored. That's not the case, but there's work behind the work, and it takes away time from other things, but it also adds a level of fulfillment, and I see you guys benefiting a lot, so that makes me happy. So we're going to decide what you're going to do, and you're going to do it anyway, and you're going to commit. And that's what builds up self-trust, self-confidence, your self-esteem, because you said you're going to do something and you do it, regardless of your emotional state. And that's what commitment is. Commitment is staying true to what you said you were going to do long after the emotion you said it in has left you. Hi. And number 5 is tomorrow procrastination. This is so big, especially right now. And all you guys not you guys, because you're here. But most people, and I know, because I know this stuff, it took me many years. That's why I built a whole freaking ebook and courses around the holidays, because I would do so amazing. And then the last 2 months of the year, I would be like, the holidays messed me up. No. You have to learn how to adjust to the season where you have your greatest triggers. And that's what it came down to. So once I figured it out, I actually created this in 2016, because that's when I actually started really thriving after a few face plants, many years of face planting, reclaiming my control around my behaviors, my thoughts, my mindset. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so free. This is amazing. I'm so consistent, and now these last 2 months are not even an issue. It's just like any other time. But I know and I get that these 2 months can really be a big setback for many people. And that's why we're doing holiday thriving for the next, like this month and next month. Because the holidays don't have to be your setback. They can be your like greatest comeback. Not even a comeback, to help you thrive. Tomorrow, procrastination, tomorrow's a better day. I'll feel more rested and more ready. I can do that next week. I can do that on Monday. I'll do it after the holidays. I'm going to feel more rested, more ready. I can do that when the kids aren't around or when the people leave the house or that time that so-and-so. Like, you have to decide it's going to happen today. Today, I'm going to figure out, even though I have a bunch of people coming to the home and I got to prep, I'm still going to take care of myself. I'm still going to make sure I'm on point with certain things. I'm going to still make sure I have some healthy boundaries in a way where we can all enjoy. So at the end of the day, I'm not the one resenting myself and being angry and bitter over the decisions that I've made. There's 3 types of people that operate in the world. We have to decide which one we're going to operate right now during the most intense time of the year. The influencer, the influenced, and the agree to disagree. Having healthy boundaries, respecting your boundaries, respecting what you said you're going to do and doing it. We're getting our head, like we're in prevention right now. So getting your head right to prepare you for game time. Game time is the holidays. We're in pregame right now. We're in prep mode to get our head right so that we can go into the game and win this championship, finishing 2022, going back and be like, wow, I'm really freaking proud of myself. I gave it my all. Yeah, maybe I didn't do the best I wanted to, but I actually did a little bit better. I felt uncomfortable, but I actually put it into practice. And that's really what it is. So we do it today. Transitioning our obstacles into opportunities. Today is my opportunity to really practice these things that I've learned and this new mindset that I've developed. 1% content that's going to change your life. 99% of your greatest transformation is the integration and the implementation of whatever you're allowing yourself to be programmed. Does it make sense? That's the biggest part of your growth. And knowing that your success is your responsibility. Bringing on the right people to support you, having the right conversations that are in alignment, positioning yourself properly is on you. Deciding how long you're going to stay, maybe you thought that was the right course and it wasn't, then it's your decision to decide when you're going to exit. How long you're going to have that conversation of Sally Boo talking gossip. Because we have the internal and external distractions that we have to really make sure we time audit. I was at a conference this weekend with Damon John and some really powerhouse players. And there's one woman, so amazing. I'm going to get her on the Minding My Business, but she was like, yeah, negativity, everybody knows it. I think she's for sure like almost a billionaire, but regardless, she's like, one of my biggest boundaries is I do not tolerate negativity. Negativity from myself, I change it quickly, and negativity from others. So the moment somebody gets on the phone and they start negative, they know my rule, my policies, I'll hang up. Like, all right, you're being negative, I'm going to go. And she hangs up. Imagine if we did conversations, because staying in positions where people are even talking smack about something is without speaking up or without cutting it is the same as if you're still engaged in it. So being able to speak up for yourself is a part of strengthening your willpower. And all these things of the work behind the work will help build you into being strong enough to being in your personal power, to speak your truth, to be in truth, and to say what you mean and mean what you say. All these things on a day-to-day basis is an opportunity to strengthen your willpower. Willpower is the ability to resist short-term temptation in order to meet long-term goals. Your goals. How do you want to operate? How do you want to look? How do you want to feel? How do you want your energy to be today? Do you want to have high energy and be living life vivaciously? Or do you want to be on low energy and low frequency? Every day is your opportunity to shift it. Every single day. And it is so worth it. So just a quick recap on what we covered today for those of you joining in. 5 ways to strengthen, 5 simple ways to strengthen your willpower. Number 1, transitioning should to I choose to and I get to. Transitioning distractions to getting clear on your intentions and not giving anything other, not giving any energy to any distractions, like practicing focus, because we practice distractions and there's internal distractions, there's external distractions. Self-doubt, thinking others are going to do it better than you, faster than you. They're not you. And that is, you're the one who's going to do it. I'm the one that's going to do it. I'm the one that's going to make my life successful. I'm the one that's going to, nobody else, me. I'm the one. Don't have itis. I don't have money. I don't have skills. I don't have time. All the obstacles, decide what you're going to do and do it. That's what commitment is. I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure out a way. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. That's like my favorite thing to say. Like when I start to get into this space of like this, I'm going to figure it out, because it removes the resistance and it puts you in a space of thinking of some form of a solution. It gets the mind transitioned into a different way of thinking. So you're thinking about solutions versus problems. And then number 5 is tomorrow, which is tomorrow's a better day. I'll feel more rested. I'll do tomorrow. I'll do tomorrow. You're just delaying. Tomorrowitis is also procrastination. And procrastination, the reason why we engage in that behavior is it's to regulate 3 core emotions. Those 3 core emotions are distractions, which we talked about here, the internal and external distractions, to regulate not feeling safe to move forward, and to also regulate overwhelm. But it creates more stress with this avoidance behavior than it does actually facing and tackling what's bothering you. Because the more we keep delaying something, it takes away our energy and it exhausts us. It's just so draining. And so if you're somebody who wants to know what it feels like to operate in your full potential and to operate at peak performance, regardless of what's going on in your circumstances and in your life, tackle this stuff now. Do it today. Today I'm going to do it. Give it a list, 1, 2, and 3. 1, if I go to bed tonight, put my head on the pillow, will I be satisfied that I tackled this? Number 2 is it could be done in the next 2 to 3 days, but it's got to get done. This is where we get into the difference of priorities. Maybe that's something we'll talk about, priorities versus balance. I'll just take a note, because when I get a good idea, I'm like, oh, okay. And also, so those are the 5 ways. That's what we talked about. 5 ways to strengthen your willpower muscles. And for you guys that have been messaging me, because these whole things can be literally turned into whole hour sessions, like 1 per 1, and how to break it down and put it into practice. And I've been getting a lot of messages and I'm so happy. So I turned to my team. I was like, listen, ladies, we have to figure something out for people, because like people need support and accountability right now. So we got together. We have TanyaColiver.com/holidays. You guys are going to get this whole freaking ebook. You're going to get a free, the Healthy Traveler book, because I know a lot of you guys were talking and apprehensive about traveling or having people come to you. Like everything you need to, like this playbook, or if you're a business person and you travel a lot, regardless, holidays is just your life, that's going to be free with it. And that is going to be a private, plus I'm doing a private 2-week starting Friday. The doors are open now, but starting Saturday for 2 full weeks in a private Facebook group, we are going to be doing coaching for you guys for only $197. And I think it's good because everybody's doing like Black Friday specials. And I wanted to do something special for you guys and for the community. If you want something extra, we're still doing these 30-day how to thrive during the holidays. But if you go to TanyaColiver.com/holiday or holidays, I think we added 2 because I made a typo yesterday. Holiday, you're going to receive the Holiday Thriving Playbook. You're going to receive the Holiday Traveling, or the Healthy Travelers, the Healthy Travelers Playbook for free, which is worth $97. The private Facebook group, which for private coaching is worth like over $11,000. And you're always going to get like this bonus of so many other things, of the mindset, tools, strategies. And we're going to be meeting every single day for 2 weeks as a community. And you're going to have more of an intimate group there. And you get to ask questions and you get to just like, this is the time you get to pick my brain. So head over to tanyacoliver.com/holiday to enroll. Doors are open from now until Friday, and we close, and that's it, and we get started. So once we close, that's it. We're not accessing any more people. The link is also in my bio, so you can look at the link, and spaces are limited. Just so you know, we're only taking on 15 people. So far, we have a few people already signed up. They signed up yesterday. So we're only taking in 15 people. And if this is something too that you know somebody will truly benefit from, share it with them. Share it with them, because people need support right now, and that's what this is for. People need support. They need accountability. And it's a simple way to just kind of get that coaching at a very, very low ticket cost and meet other people very much like-minded. All right, you guys, stay tuned for tomorrow, where we are going to be talking about something really amazing. And I'll see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern. Bye. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 12. All right, let me get out of this one. All right, you guys. Bye.